Oh, hey. Are you feeling alright? You seem really stressed out. Oh dear, I'm so sorry to hear that. I know everyone's different, but I've had some panic attacks myself. Like, a lot of them. I could walk you through some of the things that help me work through them when I have them. Okay, we'll start with something kind of simple. We're going to do a couple grounding exercises which really help me. To start, we're going to list off your 5 senses in the form of a countdown. Let's start with 5 things you can see around you. Really focus on both the small details and the larger objects when you do this. Next, let's go over 5 things you can feel. They can be the clothes on your back or the ground against your feet. It could be a nice warm blanket, or it could even be what's making you nervous. It's important not to shy away from what's bothering you in order to work through it rationally. After that, list 3 things you can hear. It could be as simple as the crickets or air conditioning. It could also be as complex as a crowd of competing voices. It could also be my voice. Then, my least favorite is 2 things you can smell. Sometimes it's really hard to discern smells in areas that you're familiar with, but it could be as simple as smelling your clothes or nearby food. Lastly, 1 thing you can taste. Oftentimes, I can really only just taste the inside of my mouth, but sometimes there's more there to process. So really focus in on your choice of taste. Then after that, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. It's important to follow a breathing technique that works for your specific lungs. Breathing too deeply and too fast can sometimes stress me out. It's less important to breathe deeply than it is to be mindful and consistent with your breath. After that, put your finger a foot or so away from your face. For anyone more accustomed to the metric system, just eyeball a distance that isn't right on top of you, but isn't your arm fully outstretched. Focus on your finger for a few seconds, breathing in as you do this, and then focus your eyes on something in the distance, something further away, and exhale. Do this a couple more times as we sit here. Doing this always sort of grounds me in my environment. It especially is good for just focusing in on what's around you. And I know oftentimes that can be a little bit hard when you're in situations where you're panicking, but really just try your best. Most of my panic attacks in the past have stemmed from health anxiety. And if you're like me, it's tempting to Google your symptoms and, feed into that fear. But instead, just let it wash over you. Think about what it probably is rather than what you think it is. The most likely situation is typically the one that's happening. Rationalizing not only your feelings, but the underlying reasons you feel that way is very important. Reflect back on your day, your week, your month, or even your life in total. For me, it's always been hard not to let the smaller disappointments cause me to spiral. Think about what it could have primed you to feel nervous right now, and accept that this is most likely a product of that. It's also very important that you realize and you remember that what is happening to you is that you're experiencing a panic attack. And you know that too, because you ended up here. Next, I want you to curl your toes, feeling them against the soles of your shoes or the ground beneath you. Then tense around your ankles and your calves and your thighs. Work up your body, tensing your hands, your forearm, your core, your chest, and your shoulders, and finally your face. Hold all of your muscles tense for a couple of seconds, and then release. Feel your body relax. Focus on the sensation of relief that echoes through you. Keep breathing deeply and repeat those exercises as needed. Then, if you wish, pick an activity which, takes your mind off of things and reframes your body. For me, it's walking in the woods. The calm breeze echoing throughout the swaying trees reminds me that we're all part of one harmonious world. For you, it may be playing a game, writing your feelings down, or doing a creative activity. It's important to have an outlet to express these negative emotions as a way to process them. When in doubt, I always sing. Singing is actually scientifically proven to reduce blood pressure, so it's always been a good outlet for me. I hope you're feeling better now. If you aren't, that's completely okay. Your feelings and your experiences are valid. And nothing is a one-size-fits-all solution. But hopefully we've covered some strategies that can help you move forward. The world can be a scary place, but learning to navigate it is an essential part of life. I can stay here as long as you need me to, so just breathe and let yourself relax. That's the first step in all of this. Allowing yourself the freedom to heal from this experience. Torn muscles heal back stronger. And just remember that every experience you have is a gale guiding your ship towards a happier future.